The next question starts with Angie. All candidates have made commitments regarding their positions on various issues. Will you provide town residents a quarterly report card of your progress and status on each issue?
In the future, is that the question once
I
elected?
think
Okay. I think that's an excellent idea. Yes, I think a report card in the way of a newsletter. The important issues are certainly laid out during this campaign season and have been for a number of years. I think more communication needs to take place with our constituents. And to that end, when I was in office, we instituted and continued in some cases newsletters. Those newsletters at the time were coming out of the fire department and were more focused on fire department issues, which was very important, but we expanded it to all town issues. And if you've been a member of the town for a period of time, you would have received some of those emails, or excuse me, some of those newsletters. We also went forward collecting email addresses for those that wanted newsletters because we thought at that point we could be more communicative if we had easy access to a variety of town residents in a very short notice. When we have fire issues, if we were to have water issues, if there would be any emergency, we want to be sure that we can communicate with everybody. And technology is changing and people are getting information differently, and it's important for us to do that. So the answer is yes, we need to communicate, and people need to come and ask questions as well. As I was chair, I opened up citizen comments at the beginning of each meeting without any restriction. It was important to me as a constituent to want to be open and to welcome information. And I wanted to be welcomed when I was a constituent. I thought it was very, very important that we open that up with no limitations. That process has since been severely restricted, and I don't think that bodes well. I think everybody should have a voice, and everybody should have the ability to tell the board what they think, and then we need to be responsive.
Thank you. Joe?
As far as a quarterly report card, I have no qualms about sharing information. This room I've used a number of times to hold constituent meetings, town hall style meetings that you may be more familiar with being done on a national level to communicate with constituents that chose to follow me through a website that I have out there. That was one way that I wanted to communicate back to residents that were interested in how I arrived at my decisions. And at those meetings, it wasn't just to say, oh, here's how I voted. It was much more inclusive about here's why I voted that way, with providing of information and details about that particular issue and how I reached my conclusion. With, again, the use of technology, whether you talk about doing it on a quarterly basis or putting out a website, it's a very simple process. I welcome all calls. I take all calls and return calls that I miss to residents. I am happy not just to have you agree with me, but I'm actually more pleased when you disagree with my position that you call me. And the reason for that is it allows me to test my theory and my opinion against the information that you have to offer. And sometimes that has led to me reconsidering or going in a different direction based on feedback that was provided by the residents. So the long and short answer is yes.
Mike?
Oh, I'm sorry. The short answer is yes, absolutely. I have run on two major issues the entire campaign. One of them was an attendance issue, and I would welcome a report card on attendance, and I have no problem with that at all. I am committed to in-person attendance at virtually all of the town board meetings. I would never commit to 100%. You never know what's going to happen. But I think that at this level, that is one of the obligations that a person seeking this office needs to fulfill. So I think a report card on attendance would be an outstanding idea. My second major platform has been the level of civility and decorum on the town board. And quite frankly, if I don't accomplish that in the 2-year period that the term runs, then I don't deserve another term. I've been very vocal about that. I feel I have a skill set that can accomplish that. And if it can't be accomplished in 2 years, then quite frankly, I'm not the guy to accomplish it. So I think that that would be something that would be very, very reasonable for people to hold me accountable for.
Thank you. Finally, Jim?
Absolutely, a quarterly report card is necessary. However, it needs to be from the group. We don't stand alone, it's a 5-member board. When we vote, whether we wanted to or not, we stand with that decision. So it should be a quarterly report card on the entire town board, not just upon myself, but the entire board as to how the entire board voted in response to what the residents are asking for. I think there is some of that that's already posted on the website. I'm not exactly sure if there are some posting rules as far as what can go on there, but I'd also ask that we give our clerk or our new clerk a little bit of time to get adjusted before any of that could get posted on the official website. I'm more than happy to put together a email listing or even put out mailings, but again, I think it's most effective if it's coming from the entire board and is in a unified state.